Okay, the bass breakdown for Echo Park. Woo! I haven't played this song probably since I was a teenager. Um, this is a hard song. For me, it's dust off, let me tell you. It's not really that difficult to play. Well, I take that back. It's pretty difficult to play, but it's not like it's not reachable. It just takes a little bit of time. The opening riff starts off on the second fret on the fourth string. Actually, in this case, I'm using a sixth string, so it's going to be the fifth string now. This is a song that you're probably not going to be able to play unless you have a sixth string, just because it goes all the way up to the, what is this, the 21st fret on the C, which is the first string on the sixth string. So it goes all the way up there. So you're probably not going to be able to hit that high, what is that, A there. So anyways, starts on the second fret on the fifth string. 3 hits, da-da-da. Then I do the run. And I go all the chromatic run starting on the fifth fret on the fourth string. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then I go to the fifth string. 6, 5, 4, 3. And I do 3, I think it's 3 times. So that's what's going on there. That is if you haven't played that for a while like I haven't, or if you're just starting to play that, right hand, just to like kind of nail it, as you can see in the play along video, I didn't really nail it too many times that great. I just kind of picked up the song, ran through it real quick, and then recorded it. So I'm definitely, my muscle memory for this song is a little out of touch, so excuse me if the play along isn't up to your standards. Anyway, so I play it just like that. I go 4 fingers straight down from the 5th fret, then 4 fingers straight down from the 6th fret, and I stay there and I slide this down, getting ready to the next position. Alright, so that's done. The next thing is I start off on that 21st fret on the first string, and I start off on the 5th fret on the 6th string. So that's what I'm doing. So the whole riff on the tapping part, it's what's going on there, it's 18, 17, 18, 17, 19, 21, 18, 17. Now I'm playing that at the same time I'm going down on the 7th fret on the 5th string, and then I go down, I slide it down, and I do the same thing on the 7th fret on the 6th string when I move it down to that 17. Then when I go up to the 19th fret, I'm holding out the A, or the 5th fret on the 5th string, and then I go to the 21st fret and the 5th fret on the 6th string. So together. That's the riff. That's the part that's a little, takes a little while to get used to. From there we go into like the pre-chorus kind of thing, which is I've gone through this many times before. It's a it's like an index hand slap, whatever you want to call it. This is a thumb slap. This is a finger slap. It's I'm going down again in the same spot of the fretboard. This is a longer scale than what you guys are used to me playing. You're used to me playing a 22 fret, which stops right here. So my hand is kind of programmed to play there. So if you see it in the playback, I kind of hit it there. It's kind of just like a comfortable spot. But then when I look at what I'm doing, I'll always move it back to where the heel or the neck, the heel of the neck meets the body. So what I'm doing there is I'm doing an F sharp like power chord, bar chord, whatever you want to call it. This is the second fret on the 5th string, 4th fret on the 3rd or the 4th string, and then the 3rd string is the 4th fret as well. So all I'm doing is moving it back and forth between 2 and 4, 3 and 5. It's very important that those are staccato. Very important, because it's kind of like what gives it its kind of groove or its funk or whatever you want to call that. The fact that it's like so syncopated with the drummer, and that it becomes, at that time, it doesn't become, the bass kind of becomes a rhythmic instrument at that point. It doesn't really become, even though it's the focus or it's the root note of the key or the chords that we're playing in. It really is. It really just becomes like a percussion instrument at that time. So that's kind of important that we mute that when we hit it. So what I'm doing is I'm muting with my right hand as well as barely picking up on my fingers, so I'm not causing any kind of sustain whatsoever. So when you go to do those kind of attacky, aggressive, accented, staccato parts, and you're playing and playing my songs, that's how I do it. Just keep it in focus, or keep an eye out for it. Don't do like a. It's very precise in how it's supposed to be. Okay, so moving on. The re-intro part to the tap. This is a little weird and funky. It's primarily the same thing that. That's the only difference, is when I'm coming down. I'm going down this time where I didn't do that before, and when I come back up, I come back like on the downbeat, but I'm not doing that when I go up to the 19th fret. So I'm going. It's kind of one of those things. It's kind of like that thing. Like this goes first, and then I pick it back up. Then it's just the same as it was before. So that's all the way same through. Same with the breakdown. Goes there again. Then I stop there on the 2nd, 4th, and 4th fret of the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. This is where Mike and I stop together. The chorus. This little 4 to 5 on the 4th string, that happens quite often, or that happens like in between each phrase. So you got 2nd fret on the 5th string, back to the 2nd fret, then up to the 3rd on the 5th string, and that 4-5 again on the 4th. Back to the 3rd again, so it basically did the same structure. 2, 4, 5, back to 2, then it up to 3, back to 3, 2 on the 4th string. Then we go down to the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Open, open again, 3, open. So that's the whole rotation. It's like 2 parts of the chorus. We do 2, 3, 2 on the 4th string, 2 on the 5th string, open, open again, 2, 3, 3, open. Do a little vibrato right there. And when we do that, before we go into the real strange left field bridge, you gotta remember this is some of the first songs we ever wrote, so they're not like, I mean, I think it's really cool, but it's also not the most perfect songwriting in the world, but hey, we were having fun. So anyways, we do that. So what's going on there is a little slap part, starts on 2, and in between I'm catching all the open E notes or the open 5th string. So I'm going 2, open, 3, open, 2, open, 1. And then right back up to 2, 2, 3. So that's the only time I don't open is go 2, 2, 3, everything else. 2, 2, open, 3, open, 2, open, 1, open, 2, 2, 3. So that's the riff. And then so what I'm doing there, what do they call it? What's the music term for that? A trill. So we got 12th fret, 5th string, doing a trill on the 13th fret, 13, 12. Then we go into the bridge part. So this is the part that's kind of funky. This is one of those parts that I think I clearly wrote because I was trying to be such a weird dude at the time, listening to Bungle and Primus and all that stuff. I tried to incorporate it wherever I could. So, and also, you know, you can hear the whip beat, which is kind of like, I would say it's kind of like a sausage meets like Korn kind of thing, because Korn was really, really taking the world and changing music at the time that this song was written. So it was kind of hard to ignore a lot of those like hip hop elements in rock music, or I could say not manufactured or whatever, not like artificial, not just like sampling, actually playing the parts or doing stuff like you would sample, like what Korn did. So it was kind of hard to stay away from that because it was becoming such a big part of music that it was kind of hard to not be interested in doing really cool stuff like that. So that kind of, I think, inspired Terry to do that part. I mean, it was definitely like kind of a sausage primacy thing mixed in with like a Korn kind of thing. And that, I don't know what that came from. But this part is definitely sounds like something I wrote back in the day, which was, so what we're doing a 16th note pattern on the 9th fret, then 10, back to 9, 7, 6 to 8 on the, that was all on the 5th fret. Now I'm going to the 4th fret. 8 on the 4th fret, 9, 2, 8 on the 5th fret. So that's all it is the whole time. And it doesn't change, it doesn't do anything else. 9, 10, 9, 7, 6, 8, 9, 8. Then it does the hey, we love him, we love him. Back into the chorus, which I already explained to you. Oops. The second time, I don't know if I told you that the first half of the chorus is played with full values of the notes that we're playing. These next one, or you can say sustained or rung out or whatever you want to call them. But in reality, it's just full value. It's no accented. It's just, it's how you would read music if you saw no accents or anything and just notes all put next to each other without any rests. So there's that. Second time. Very specific rhythm. You know, so it's like it's definitely all these, after these parts are all rested notes. I would consider probably those more staccato than rested notes. Like that, because it's kind of a full value and it's not really accented, I would consider that rested note. But those notes I consider more staccato, because we're trying to get almost the least amount of note out of it that we can, the least amount of sustain or least amount of value out of it that we can. Then we open up again. And it ends exactly the way that we started it, or the way I started. But I never, on the ones where I play it, where the band stops and I'm playing, you know, kind of like a little soul-y thing, along with Terry doing this little we're kind of doing those thing together. I never go down to the 2nd fret. I always hold out on the 3rd. And then it's done. That's it. That's Echo Park. That was a crazy one. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I haven't played that in so many years, and I probably won't play it again for another, who knows, maybe 10, 15 more years. I think it's been about that long. I think probably about 15 years since I've last played that song. I think it must have been like around probably 96, 97 or something like that. Anyways, if you have any questions about this song, you like to request something else, you like to take a lesson on Skype, or if you'd like to take a lesson in the Los Angeles area. Right now I'm in Los Angeles. I do go back and forth between Los Angeles and Boston. But for right now, it's NAMM season. NAMM shows going on right now, 2014 in Anaheim, which is right down the street from where I am right now. If you want any questions, whatever, email me at tyzamoramusic@gmail.com. Ask your questions. Request your song. Like I said, I got the 6-string here now. I got the 5-string. I got the upright. I could do more things here with my equipment that I use with the band. And I look forward to getting your guys' emails. Please share and subscribe. And I will see you guys all on the next song.